Well, happy day. Charles Water here. I thank you for inviting me to Cyber Universe. Wow, today's episode is about what is moving mindful technologies. That's the umbrella system for Daily Dose, sleep aids, all sorts of different methodologies that I'm creating. Utilizing my work through the years in martial arts and Qigong. Qi is a natural byproduct of being a martial artist. And I have a black belt in 4 different styles. And so I always thought, how can I, unless you come through my door at my karate studio, how can I get you to start enjoying, relishing in the benefits that Qigong has to offer? So I wanted to come up with different ways of delivering it to people that don't know, and that's why I'm using the internet. Oh my God, the internet, I could not do what I'm doing now 20, 30 years ago. So I want to start, so let me go back a little bit. Originally, my intent to use or to create schools on the internet was I wanted to do a karate program on the net. I felt that, as brick and mortar establishments, retail, are kind of leaving us by the wayside and more people are going online. How can I deliver martial arts online? Well, I read about a man named Jeff Walker who created a system called Product Launch Formula. And I thought it'd be a perfect way to do it. So I bought it. I went all the way to Scottsdale in 2010. And I immersed myself in the system working to create an online karate school. Well, after 3 days, it was getting miserable. I was having a hard time answering questions in my group. What were my purposes, what were my goals? How was I going to be able to correct? When you're teaching martial arts, you see students doing things, you praise them, you correct them, you praise them, you keep on going. How can I correct them online? So we started moving away from karate. And I started saying, what else can I deliver? If karate is going to be too hard to do it online, what else can I deliver? And then I started meditating one night. So I enjoyed meditating. I really do. I enjoy the benefits of meditating. I didn't enjoy sitting still for meditation. However, I did like the way I felt. The only thing about meditating for me, even though I was meditating on meditating, the only thing for me about meditating is what happens when life knocks you off your success path. You wake up, you meditate, you go through life at all these meditative moments. What happens when life knocks you off your success path? Who has time to go sit and meditate for another 10, 15, 20 minutes to get those results again? I started asking a better question. What happens if we can come up with a way to immediately get people back in meditative moments, to create an anchor so we immediately get back in meditative moments? So then all of a sudden I went back home to New York and I started thinking, this is something good. This is something good. So I started working on that. And so what I started doing, I started exploring other systems online that were delivering meditation schools. And then I started noticing when you start looking at meditation schools, you start looking at Qigong, Qi schools, Qigong, Qi, Kundalini, Prana, Baraka, all these different methodologies. And I'm looking at them, and I bought a few of them just to get involved into the school. And then I started realizing that while the system was wonderful, you learned how to do the system. And you felt great with the results. It still didn't answer the question. What happens when life knocks you off your path? What happens when life throws chaos at you? What happens when life throws you a challenge? Who's going to go back? Who's going to take the time to stop life? Stop, quit bugging me, life. Stop it. I am now going to go over there I'm going to go find someplace to meditate, go do some ChiGong forms, get some energy work going. The system itself had a big hole in it. What do we do? Once again, I'm throwing this out at you again. What do we do when we need to get back in the moment immediately? Well, I don't like to sit still to meditate. I like to move. So I go moving. So I go moving. How simple is that? And then my meditation, it's not about going through life in a meditative state. For me, it's going through life in a mindful state. Moving, mindful. As I'm in the decade that I'm in, I'm kind of on the back nine of my life. So what am I going to do to be able to live my life on the same level of my dreams when I was younger? I need to stop comparing myself to a younger version of myself. I want to start embracing, and I am embracing, the person that I am now. And I want to go through life healthy. I want to go through life happy. I want to go through life with the freedom to go do and be whatever I want to be. So that's where moving mindful technologies came up. So instead of teaching people how to punch, block, and kick, I'm utilizing movement. So if you want to call it subtle Tai Chi movements, and teaching people how to channel ChiGong energy, and even more than channeling ChiGong energy, teaching their body how to be a conduit for universal ChiGong. So that's where moving mindful technologies came up with. The most important point of moving mindful technologies, with a lot of important points. Scientists cannot empirically state where the universe begins or ends. I mean, do we go to a point that we drop off? Where do we? And this is not a religious concept. We're not talking about God. We're not talking about heaven. We're talking about the universe. Scientists cannot empirically state where the universe begins or ends. So why can't we say that no matter where we are is the middle, is the center of the universe? And right here where I am sitting, right where you are sitting, I hope you're not driving and watching this, right where you are sitting, you are in the center of the universe. And if we accept that, then once we teach our body how to be a conduit for universal magnet, for universal Qigong energy, we are sitting not only in the center of the universe, we're exposed, we're privy to all this wonderful life force that's just permeating the universe, that's there to help us, to enrich us, to enable us to be the best we can be. That is the essence of Qigong, and that is what moving mindful technologies is all about, my friends. So, I thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to post it in comments, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. I love getting some interaction from you people. I'd love to see, I'm a teacher. What can I do to help you improve your life? Anyway, that's what it's all about. I'm so grateful you joined me today. Charles Water here. I look forward to seeing you again real soon, everybody. Make today magical and amazing. See you next time.